I'm going to respond to some comments that deal with, they're kind of related to the stock price. Two of them are. One of them is more of like an approach kind of thing. The first one says that I bought, not me, but the commenter bought 260 shares today based on the speculation by Sandy Monroe alone. And that was a pretty good video produced by Monroe Live, and I guess the guy's name is Sandy. But it was showing the details of the Carnot generator, and he was asking him questions and making suggestions, and overall it was a very good video. And if you're going to take the 260 shares, at the time that that comment was made, the price was about $1.59. So they spent around $400 to acquire 260 shares. And then another comment, which was the third one here, will be interesting to see what your content will be like when HYLN has delays and retests the 50-cent zone. And listening to the latest earnings call and the Q&A, they encountered some delays with manufacturing of a certain part. So it sounds like the person's comment actually, the first part of it turned out to be true because there were delays, and this was made before the earnings call. And the stock price has recently dropped down. So if, like, theoretically, if the person in the first comment waited a little bit, they would have been able to buy it a little bit cheaper. Because I'm recording this, it's May 18th on a Sunday. I think the stock price is around $1.40. But if it were to actually go down sub $1 and retest the 50-cent range, it would cost a lot less to pick up those 260 shares at the 50-cent market, be a fraction of that price. Now the second comment says, I hope you stay numb through the bumps ahead, and I also hope that you are able to take advantage of this extended buying period. So one way I could look at this is I could just systematically instruct my brokerage to just go out and buy like a fixed dollar amount of HYLN shares each week. And so I don't have to pay attention to the stock price or what it's doing. It's just automatically doing this in the background, but I have to do it at a sustainable rate because in reality, the price could go to zero. And if the price goes to zero, it's 100% loss. So if I were to go out and purchase $100 of HYLN, and the price is no longer $1.59, it's what, a dollar? I think it's $1.40 at the recording of this video. So if I were to tell it to go out and buy 100 shares each week for 20 weeks, I'll end up with an additional 1,400 shares. But in reality, that's not going to happen. It's going to go up and down and all around. And if it retests the $50 mark and if it stays down there, which it won't, it's volatile as anything. But if it were to theoretically stay at 50 cents a share, I could pick up 4,000 shares if I automatically instructed my brokerage to buy HYLN, buy $100 of it for 20 weeks. Or I can increase that amount. I could say I want to buy $200 a week. And then I can accumulate more because the whole idea is that looking at the form forays with the PSU awards is that they it sounds like they want it to hit somewhere between a range of $4 to $6 a share. So I could take advantage of the extended sale while it lasts. But the longer that they drag their feet, the more concerned that I'm going to get. And it's one thing I have to mention is during the QA call, they ask for questions, and normally the analysts will chime in with questions, but there were no analyst questions this time, and I'm just wondering why they weren't there. Did they forget to unmute the questions? Did they lock out the questions? Did they legitimately have no questions? But I find that hard to believe because they've always had questions to ask, and now, for some reason, there are no questions. Now, if I want to get a little crazier here, I could just double the periodic amount. And if I could sustain this for 20 weeks, and $400 a week, that's a lot of money. I'm probably more comfortable with 300 at most. And if I were to do that for 20 weeks, I can pick up an additional 4,200 shares. But that's assuming that the stock price is going to stay where it's at right now, and it's not. It's going to go everywhere. Or I could just decide to do a lump sum buy. Like, for example, if when I get paid this coming Friday, I can take that money and say, hey, I want to buy a lot of HYLN shares with most of that. But that's just introducing more risk. But it's going to be pushing my cost basis in the problem account down. Because I think right now the cost basis in that account is it's like $4.30 a share, and each time I do a buy into it, it just pushes that down. So if I can get it below $4 a share, that would be ideal. So if it hits that PSU range between $4 and $6 a share, things will be good. But if there are issues, I could lose all of it, and that's where the risk comes into play. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching.